Welcome back to part 3 of What If Deku Was Inferno or Infinity Destroyer Dragon, part 3. So the last two had a little bit of a cooldown. They ended up to 61 or 63. So let's hit that mark, shall we? So where we left off was Momo Ancient Troll. And he got, or she actually, before the dragon, or no, before the war thing, she and the dragon, or married, and was Zumo, or Zoom. That's what I'll say. Zumo. So Zumo, who also had a dragon's blood, and her power, because she also had creation and too. So they all had it was just kind of weird. So then now present day, Momo Airozu was the one that she actually fell in love with Zuko, and so all four of them, like those two and Ochako and Momo, wanted him for themselves. So they were fighting over each other. So as the couple days after, there was of course, Inko, those worshippers thing, brought down a terrible creature, or creatures. One that looked like that, the other looked like a humanoid one, kind of like him, and a Nomu, and a ripped off bunny, or Easter bunny. So guess who was the creature, or not creature, but the priests people, the ones that own their own respective priests? None other than the both rulers. Let's say it was both worshippers of those two. So they summoned them and tried to kill, or they release the creatures, but Zuko got noted by his sister, and they became like he he literally jumped from his own space city all the way down to Earth. Basically, basically turning them, and he softly sets down. Um, as Zuko, as Stars and Stripes sees a handsomest man that she ever met. Of course, when he says, "Huh, they look pretty tough," but now as he became literal gun, and he slaughtered all of them, all those creatures, as he turns and flies to where those priests were at, as those priests worship him. But there was two specific ones. The one that looked like and it was actually two of the different characters with two different eyes. So it was like one that looks like him, the other looked like him. So both of them basically came out, and he says, "Why did you summon them?" As Zuko in his godly form says, sorry. As one of them says, "Because we want you dead." And we don't like your kind here. As he says, "Huh," as he took care of them both. And of course, Inko and the rest of them saw what happens if they make Zuko upset, so they were like, okay. And so the Mirio's like, "Oh, I feel bad for them." As Zuko says, "Don't feel bad. They deserved it." As the Zuko was like, he also had his dragon power, like his dragon self, actually took over him and actually told Momo Rozu that her ancient and like not ancient, but her ancient sister, or ancient like cousins things used to know me as as Momo Oh, Irozu says, how do you know my, like, sisters, or not sister, but how do you know my ancient relatives thing? As he says, before her, I'm just using, or I'm been reincarnated into this body, so he says, so I'm actually the Infinity Destroyer Dragon. And yes, I do know your ancestors before. And man, he was gorgeous one. As as Momo Irozu did not know that like her enemy, like her used to be her enemy of her ancient in was actually her husband's or their ancient husband thing to, as he says, and her ancient sis your ancient sibling's name is Momo Ancient Soul. Am I right? Yes. She was gorgeous. As as he says, her and I, as everybody is confused, but pink haired girl, or pink skinned girl says, well, well, he is pretty old, and he's possessing or possessing Zuko. So this is what it's our father's voice, not it's not Zuko. He's getting possessed by him. So don't worry. As everybody's like, okay. So he basically learned a lot. So he also keeps explaining that me or actually she says you're Momo Irozu, right? You're a your ancestor was Momo Anciental. Huh. Well, my father over here, that's in Zuko's body, or that's in this man's body, is speaking the truth of how they already met, or he met his or her ancient siblings. So basically, she did not know that her. So then, so he basically told her that you will also have my blood in your body too. As Zuko, who, or as Momo was blushing because she did not know that her ancient like siblings that's what I'll call them, ancient siblings, was already met the Infinity Destroyer dragon before. So so basically they so Momo, or actually the Infinity Destroyer dragon, told him or told her that they don't worry about it. So as she was like, wait, how do you know my ancient sibling? As he says, well, we went on a date, or actually I disguised myself as the Black Knight, and she found me attractive, and then that's how we got married and had your. You always wonder why your other sibling was Zumo. Who? Well, because Momo knows she did not know that her other ancient cousin had dragon blood in him too. So basically, it went down to you, as Momo couldn't, like, she couldn't believe that her own sister, her own relatives used to know him before she even knew who Zuko was. And his sisters, or no, his daughters, says, yeah, we have his dragon too. We are dragons. So then his Zuko's is like 3 sisters had so much respect for him. So then I know it's weird. Both of them wanted to date Zuko instead of their own father. That would be weird if they were dating their father. Others. So then Android 16 says it's dinner time already. So he says, good. We'll talk over dinner, okay? As they couldn't believe that, or actually Momo couldn't believe that Zuko, or the Infinity Destroyer here dragon, was actually her ancient relative that got married to her other relative. As they're like, okay. And so Stars and Stripes, heck, she never met the Infinity Dragon. She only heard about him, but not met him in person. So she ends up like all 4 of them, or like Momo, Ochako, and both of them and Stars and Stripes, they're all like battling against each others as but so Inferno or Infinite, I keep calling it Inferno. Infinity Dragon says, I do have one power that I'll use on all five of you. As they all look at him like, really? As they. So Zuko, or actually the Infinity Dragon that was possessing Zuko, says, yeah, well, let's get you five fused together. As he used it, all five of them fused into a girl, where it's basically looked like where is it? Where's Stars and Stripes? Sorry if I'm kind of. It kind of looks like her, but with like brown hair and way bigger than, or she's bigger in her and more buffed up. As and she even has a tail. Oh, that's and her all of her body has grown. Basically, she is the same size as Stars and Stripes, but way more um, bulkier than All Might, but with bigger Ghiblis. As so they were like, okay. As then they got married to Zuko and all that stuff. So then, and for the three videos that, or this is the third video, but out of the other two videos was that please leave a like, share, subscribe before. And now I and so so they had so Zuko became like him again and had a four children. One that looked like him, the other looked like him, and the other looked like Ing. Marlene, and one looks like him. So they're like Okay. So, now, before we go, there's something that I have to give my personal opinion about, like the theory of mine. So, let's start with how it will end, or how, sorry, how the anime or manga will do. Because if to be continued, I think Zuko will unlock his power, and plus this would activate like float ability to run across the entire water on her. As and in the fight thing, I believe that the Shiraki-sen will pull out of it by using Deku's help. And like he we all know that he's just a scared kid in a killing body. So, and it would be Toga asked Oraka, and don't worry about that. What if this is the blooper part or spoiler part. So basically, in my theory is that Deku would have to be like trying to like dodge her stabbing attacks and also gonna teleport away, or like he uses All Might's Sensei's float ability to go across. That's what I'm picturing. Then when they both meet up, okay, so they'll probably be like he'll come and face Shiraki-sen one-on-one, and basically that would be it for what he does. Okay, so this is the end of the video. I hope that you had fun, and if you like how I do my content like this, please leave it in the subs like in the comments, and don't worry about who's gonna be. And I know that in this what if all was sorry was itching my side of my nose. So basically, we that I showed too much of Zuko with his overpowered godly form, and how not enough or Mirio using one for all. But he does use one for all to train his hardest, but and All Might hate. Let's see. All Might even is regretting that if he met Zuko way earlier, or actually he says it to Zuko that about not meeting you earlier and choosing you as to wield that much power, as Zuko is like, that's okay, I'm already too powerful. As he, like, his two of Mirio's friends really respects Zuko, so they're like, okay. So then all of that happens. So sorry for that little break thing about that blooper video. So I hope that you enjoy, and catch you guys and girls later. Bye.